We're live.
Oh, we got a ding. Ding.
Ding! Hey, we're back. It's another Thursday. We have Matt. We have Matt with less hair. We have me. I'm same old me, another day. And we still have Crackly Joe.
Sure, we'll go with that.
You're still crackling a little.
Well, that's because of my chair, and that's getting replaced for my birthday this next week.
No, it's more like you sound like a robot still.
Yeah, it's definitely still it.
As I said, with the other one, all problems will be fixed in post-processing. So we've got a lot to cover tonight on top of promoting the Rochester PTC that's happening this weekend.
Yeah, come on, show up. I still have room in my place for 2 more people. If anyone last minute.
You are staying with you.
I have Jack, Joshua Howard, and the last minute edition of Brett Blaze being picked up on the way, and he's staying.
Is he the only one coming from Amsterdam?
I think so, since he's the only one being picked up.
That sucks, but okay.
So on tonight's show, we're bringing back Let's Build. I built 2 very, very, very rough decks. In fact, one deck, the more I look at it, I think it should be another character completely. One deck we talked about at great length about, even though we found out that Dust in the Wind kind of kills Schechter, so we went back to the most loveliest and quite possibly second deadliest secretary of them all.
I don't think it really killed it. It's just that of the anti-speed cards, Dust in the Wind is the most important one.
Yeah. We got quite a bit of level 99 content to cover tonight. I will talk about what new comics I plan on reading because DC Rebirth happened, and I'm actually excited to read comics again.
Do you think the fan theory is true?
Which one?
The Dr. Manhattan one.
No, it's actually proven to be true. I have Rebirth.
Wait, what? I haven't picked it. I'm literally picking everything up tomorrow. I thought I actually was like,
now
the fan theory is true.
No, so actually, now the fan theory is that blue hand you always see in when they show the origin of the universe, regardless of the content. That It's been Dr. Manhattan every time, and that when he gets bored, they pull a Suzuka, Harui, whatever her name is, Suzuka, the little girl that was actually God and just kept making the universe when she was bored. So all the crisis that kept happening is when Dr. Manhattan was like, well, crap, screw this up. All right, redo. So that blue hand that comes out of the black hole and makes the Big Bang happen, now the new fan theory is it's always been Dr. Manhattan.
But he's the resetter of the universe of DC.
Well, remember in the end of Watchmen, he tells Adrian, no, I'm going to go off and try and make a better world. He just didn't say no, it's absolutely true. And the comedian...
I understand that just enough for it to hurt my head a little.
Welcome to comic books. And the comedian may be one of the 3 Jokers in the current universe.
Oh God. I know the whole. I heard the thing about there's a new multiverse theory of Joker. I remember reading about that.
No. What has happened, and we'll cover this now because comics is pretty good out of the way. So, in the New 52, Batman gets the Mobius chair during the Darkseid Wars, which lasted way longer than it should have. That thing should have been like 12 issues and done. I think it went to like chapter 20 or 32. He asks the Mobius chair just to be sure that things on the up and up. It's like, who killed my parents? He goes, Joe Chill. It's like, okay. It's like, all right, what's the real name of the Joker? And then it doesn't say anything, but then Batman's like, oh God. And now we find out that there are actually 3 Jokers currently in existence. Supposedly.
Yeah, I've heard that, like, that thing they were talking about that.
No, it's in the comic.
Yeah, in the comics, yes.
So it's the 1940s giggle and laughter, and I'm just going to go and put laughing gas in the water reserve. Joker. You got the Killing Joke Joker, and then you got the Scott Snyder Joker. are all three different people, and they're running around. And supposedly one of them may be the comedian, or the comedian's just going to join in with the Jokers. Now, what I am planning on pulling out of this new River thing, I am finally going to break down and get the Superman comic. I am not a big fan of Superman, but the fact that they are bringing Clark back, actual Clark, he's more humanized this time around because he's has to protect not only Lois, but he's got his son with superpowers.
Oh God.
Love John. No, I really like John. John's been awesome. Just now, John's starting to figure out, crap, I have powers too. This is odd. Flash, because everything, of course, Jeff Johns is writing this, so everything's going to center around the Flash. Titans, because there's two different versions of Teen Titans. There's the Damian Wayne Teen Titans, which has like Beast Boy, stuff like that. Not getting them. I'm getting the Wally West-led Titans book, just called Titans, which may actually directly lead the full reverse storyline forward. And then what's called Super Sons, which is the Batman Superman book relaunched with John Kent, teaming up with Damian Wayne and having super kid fun times. And Blue Beetle, because they brought Deadcore back. They retconned that Jaime's powers are no longer technology-based or alien-based. They're all magic.
Yep.
Like, old school Dr. Fate came in, it's like, nah, this stuff's magic. It's not alien tech. And Ted Cord's back, which makes everything better.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of leading to a thing that they're bringing back Justice Society, right? That's kind of like a direction.
God, I love them for that. I miss my Justice Society. As much as I've been reading Justice League International, Justice Society has always been my number one comic. I hope to God and cannot wait for that to relaunch. But that's what we're reading right now, or I'm reading. You guys should try and pick up. Go out there.
I have too many hobbies.
You are working in a comic book store, and it will come to you whether you want to.
You will.
I will have to learn that, yes, but comics is only a pretty small.
You get one. If I understand it correctly, you get one free subscription. You might want to choose something good. Choose something.
I'll ask Rob. I'll ask Rob, and Travis is out of town, so.
You can ask. Right now,
you gotta earn it, but it's something you get down the line.
Yeah. I would choose Blue Beetle right off the bat. But on to UFS, because we swear to God, we are a card game show. We promise.
See, here's a card. It's a card.
Here's a card.
Shoe is better, I think.
All right. So we got Bishamon. I kind of wish there were more cards that actually worked with effects that said if you under 10 foundations or less, you get better bonuses, because since he shares symbols with Veligor, I kind of was hoping there'd be more for that, since Bishamon's static ability lets you actually function with 10 or less much better than a standardized character would.
Mm-hmm.
So I went off order, and I will tell straight up with you guys, this is a super rough draft deck. Both of these are. So if you guys see a card, or if you want to change it, feel free to contact us on the Facebook. I'll be happy to sit down and chat with you guys when I can about this. I don't mind.
Well, remember, when we do our Let's builds, we're using. Most of the time, we aim for the budget our decks.
Yes.
Like, the only card on here that's not a starter, not a common or uncommon, is Hanya.
Yeah, and I still build by my standard of I only build with what I have. So, Bishamon, everybody knows what he does. He's probably, if they continue this 10 foundation or less, they continue to share symbols with Bishamon, he may actually be viable for that strategy. For his weapons, we went with Swordbreaker because that's more accessible of his ultra attack. We all liked it. It's pseudo discard. Well, it is discard. It is mill, but it's very, very light mill. Um, this deck is going to be pretty light on foundations, but heavier assets, of course. So we got Swordbreaker because it just does good stuff. It's a breaker. It's got block. It's got good damage. You can make this 4 mid for 9.
It's a good launching move to get in there with.
Yeah. We got, of course, and this may actually be worth quite a bit amount of cards this time around because we are fitting 12 assets in this deck.
And 4 of them you can have multiples in play of with Battle Fist.
Battle Fist being non-unique is huge.
Especially in him. So they take 1, 2, 3, make it 8. If you have, which one is it? Without a master? No. Demanding sacrifices. No, it loses all its keyboard abilities, so never mind. They're maybe taking 8, possibly more, depending on if you can stack stuff. Another way you can do this is if this is your second attack, you can do demanding sacrifices as the response, still get it to at least 7 damage. Then since you're going to be running potentially under 10 or under foundations, your first enhance will be that they can't reduce the speed or damage. So they got to either take 7 or draw, or you get to draw cards, which is still really good. We got Dust Crusher, we got Tsuji Hayate, then we got Chainblade, which I really like in the deck.
I mean, Chainblade's really good. It's a 4 mid. It's a 4 mid for 6 auto as a reversal with him. You just go like first D, name reversal, remove the reversal keyword because you've already used it. Now and then if you've been dealt damage, it's been a 4 mid for 8 they have to deal with.
Yeah, 3 difficulty. It's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just said, Battle Fist is absolutely absurd in him. It really helps that it's non-unique. You can ready to your foundations. I put in a lot of readying stuff in this deck because the plan of this deck was that you're only going to be at 10 or less. So being able to ready stuff as needed is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Red Lion Crest, as I said, your first D, you can either do Bishamon or you can do this one and make the attack huge. Or you can pop it and just say, come at me, bro, and it only deals 4 damage.
Readying without a master with Battle Fist or Developmental Hell just is so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then, of course, we have Hanya and Kyan. Foundation-wise, we have Admonition. I can never say this.
What card? Admonishing something?
No, Admonition.
Oh, that card. Admonition.
Admonition, thank you. Because it's another 6 check in the deck, this check is actually really, really good at checking stuff, guys. It's just a great spam. It half blocks everything. This one, you get some light control after you block with this. The block is absolutely terrible, but, you can block with it, tap assets along with it. You can pop pop Battle Fist. Nope, during your turn. Never mind. But you can still tap assets in addition to foundations, making the check much easier than any other normal deck. What lies ahead? You're always going to deal damage. And sometimes just always being able to deal damage matters.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, if you're an early build, the Form Destroy could possibly just really kind of screw with their math a little bit. It just kind of depends. Developmental years, after you check it, you get to ready something. That's always really good.
This card is stupid. The problem is they're on every one of these symbols. Their spams are so tight right now that the card is so hard to fit.
I think in order this is really needed.
Order, it's good. I'll get order. Order's good with it, but like air and water,
No, you
can't
gotta
fit
fight.
it. You're fighting with too much to fit it in. Like once Red Horizon 1 and 2 rotate, this card will see a lot more play.
Oh yeah.
And I had it in my Kim deck, and I'm like, it makes the crazy play of, because you check the card, the static goes off to ready a foundation, and then you pass the check. So you can make some situations happen where like, oh, I readied this card. Oh, now I actually passed this deck.
Shinobi tradition.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of my problem with this card and Artifice Avarice, where you have these situations where, wait, if I'm lucky, I can check this card and have this situation happen and still win or still live.
Yeah.
I don't like that design idea.
Armor Expert rolls a +2 low block. Players more than 10 foundations must add 1 foundation to the top of their deck. Again, I really wish there were more cards like this because Bishamon can actually take full advantage of this with his static ability. And again, you won't have to put anything back. They will.
I mean, I like Armor Expert in the overbuild situation. Like you just keep putting your committed foundations on top of your deck.
You put your developmental years on top of your deck.
Yeah.
You put your Artifice Avarice on top of your deck.
Yeah.
Like I've been testing this with the order version of Kim, and it's like this card is like I overbid, like because the order version's so much slower. You go over 10 foundations really quick, and you're just like, I'll do this now, and then you just start stacking all of your advantage cards, all your advantage abilities that you put down earlier, like Art of Avarice and Developmenteers, and you like net a card on the draw, ready a foundation. Those are things that Kim needs.
Yep. And then, of course, down here, the response on it, if they poke you and it's something that's manageable, like a 4 or less damage, you can just say, go for it, get a card for free. Artifact Avarice, you get the speed pump and you get the draw effect. It's just a great card. Then we got the 2, of course, Demanding Sacrifices and Without a Master.
Well, a master is pretty good in this deck. I mean, the whole idea of like, I think the only changes I would make is I would probably like maybe reduce Kien down by 1, and like I'd find another. I'd find maybe or just add a few assets, a little heavier in the assets, just to get diversity of them out.
Yeah.
So that you can like without a master a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have too bad of a block layout. We're only missing, 12 cards in the deck can't block. That's acceptable. 11 highs, 25 mids, 12 lows. I mean, like I said, this is a pretty rough draft deck. If you guys really want to, you can change this to Donovan. You can take out the Hanyas and the... I would actually leave in the Kyans.
I'm
not at this amount. Go ahead.
I'm just sitting here looking at things like the combination of like what lies ahead and Armor Expert with stuff like Developmenteer and Artifice Avarice. There might be something to that. I'm not sure with this character, but with like playing it with a character that can, like, if Order could find a way to defend itself better.
Yeah.
And then you play a character that can either get more cards out. Like, it might be good enough with a 6-hander, I don't know. Especially with abusing Artifice Avarice. But just being able to get to 10 and keep on putting those stuff on top to abuse them, there might be something to that. Especially we can find stuff to ready besides the Godmaster.
I mean, I've heard of a deck. Somebody sent me another deck today. It was of Dr. Poopsack and Artifice Avarice.
Yeah, Kevin and I were talking about that because he was goading me into building it because he's just like, I think Dr. Cossack is much better than you think he is. And he was just trying to goad me to playing him for the PTC.
Dr. Cossack at some point will be good.
Yeah.
Cards need to disappear to make him good.
Whenever Hopeful and Summer Heat leave, I will play Dr. Cossack.
So I said, another way you can build this, you can put in Donovan over Bishamon. You can extend the foundation account, lower the asset count, and change out Chronic Donovan to Blizzard Sword. This is also a perfectly acceptable Donovan build. Next up, we got Mature.
Mature.
I don't know if I'm sure about this deck. Bad puns.
Okay. So we got Mature. Everybody knows what her ability is. First form, pay 2, spam attacks. So we got Malefic Rush because good damage, easy to get the combo off in this deck, especially. Chasm Buster, again, good card, good damage, stun, helps you get to Desperation quicker. Death Throw because this is going to help against those decks that like to generate a bunch of momentum, and the combo's super easy to get off.
Alicia.
Yep. It gets +2 speed, and there is, where is it? Oh no, wait, that was an evil build. In the evil build, I was going for Clash, I think it was called. It's the one that's the box art.
Into the Fray.
Into the Fray.
Yes.
So you can.
That's really good with this.
Into the fray, into Death Row, and make Death Row a 6 mid for 7.
Yep.
But sadly, Into the Fray is evil, not.
I mean,
evil, not chaos.
You have a decent amount of evil foundations, and your entire attack lineup's evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could toss that in there. We'll say it's in the sideboard, guys. So, Clash, we got Coffin Nails, and, of course, Flashlight. What's
that's something that still has chaos that you can put in here. Oh my god, my brain already forgot about it. Pure Violence Fighting Style. It's discard a card, +2 speed, and +1 damage.
To your combo attacks, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good in this deck.
Yeah, I forgot this was combo based. Assets, we got 6 assets. You could probably do 5, get away with 5. Swarm Bats could probably just be at a 1 of. We got Malapades.
Yep.
Yay, I can pronounce these goofy words from this goofy land. We got Commander Claw here.
Dr. Claw.
Hey, Golden Ticket should be in that other deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot it had order, so we can put Golden Ticket in there. Golden Ticket's in here because then all your control checks get +3, and then you really can't overextend if you feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Swarm Bats, this could just be a 1 or 2 of, blanking someone's cards for the turn can mean their death. Acrobatic maneuvers makes it suck for them to have to block with +4 or potentially now we're looking at +5 or +6. And it clears itself because it's mature. We got Lesser Half, Built for Speed, which, I put Built for Speed in, and I entirely forgot it was after you put it into play, because I was going to chain it with her during the combat phase stuff. But then I forgot it wasn't during the combat phase, so I took that out. But, it's still 1/6 with a block. And you can still pop a foundation and get some stuff.
Yeah, you got to play some of her actual support to really keen off of those abilities.
Yeah.
It seems. They're pretty good though. I mean, they're enough to be laughed at. I actually the one card I'm really liking your build that I haven't seen in others is Iori's Orochi Blood.
Yeah, I was wondering why I looked through a lot of people's. I'm wondering why that's not in there.
I mean, it's just static +1 speed to your board. If when you're playing mature, you're just like this, activate these, slam face.
Yeah. Designed for combat, we all know what this one is. Pitch one, draw one. Nimble if you somehow, by some unspeakable and ungodly means, don't check what you need. You can pop this and just get a redo. Although how you miss a check with +3 is beyond me.
Breaker 3.
Touche.
Breaker 3. I forgot completely about Nimble Assassin's other ability of you can blow it up to just like fail, like, oh, you power breakered me, Nimble Assassin, keep going.
Actually, that's what I always look at it for. I never use the top ability. I'm always using it for the response.
Yeah, I would consider running this as a response if it had in a lot more of my decks. If it had any kind of block.
I don't know, dude. Especially now that we got some really strong mids, I think this may be a better card, regardless of it not having a block.
Just trying to push damage through.
Yeah. I mean, a redo that doesn't end your turn.
Yeah, my problem with that is the deck. I would be playing this off of Schecter, and your -1 difficulty +2 damage gets burned away. So this is a number with Schecter.
They were saving the block for, so you got to trade somewhere.
Well, no. My point is that say they block, and then say that you do her enhance for -1 difficulty +2 damage. You play your next attack, and then you check a 2. Get Nimble Assassin, bring it back. You now no longer have that -1 difficulty to help play your card or the +2 damage.
Okay, I see where you're getting at.
That's why it's a number with her.
Well, I mean, this is why this is at a 2-up, not a 4-up.
Yeah.
We got Dark Fate. Pretty
Best
good.
card.
We got Petty Thief. I actually really like this one. It's a better version of Caught Red-Handed.
No.
No?
No. Their ability still gets the resolve.
Okay.
They just have to discard a card. They have to go.
It's really, it depends on what effect they're using. Like if they're just doing some like random, like Templar, this is pretty decent. But even still, Caught Red-Handed is sort because Caught Red-Handed you stop the life gain as well. They don't get to draw anything. And like this doesn't really do much against Shiranui no Mai.
Yeah.
All right, you discard 1. All right, you can go ahead and draw 5 now.
Let me think. I've got Hunters once more. It's just spam with the block. We really don't use a lot of momentum in this deck. So
Also, the other thing about it, I just want to say, because you and me ran into that this last week, Matt, it loops into itself.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you do it, I can negate it your anti-draw card with an anti-draw card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we both had Petty Thieves out, and like my boy goes Shiranui. I was like, all right, discard a card, draw a card. All right, I'll respond. You discard and draw a card. And then I discard, and then he draws, and then he discards, and then I draw, and then Shiranui happens.
We also got Plum Eater, which Plum Eater can feed into some of her abilities. Some of these, like Coffin Nail, I think. It's still +1 damage, but
It's a card to use momentum for, Plum Eater.
Yeah. We have Large and Scary Looking for negation of damage reduction. We got, and this is something Jesse brought up earlier, you get permanent speed advantage, and also you get actually pretty decent damage off the E if you chain it into Claw of Malphase. So you get the +2 damage for destroying Orochi's blood. Then you respond with Claw and get another +2. Or you can actually respond the other way. You guys still there?
Yeah. Yeah, you can use the -2. I'm looking at it, like against on their turn, you could go -4.
Oh, Jesse did step away. Okay. So you can go -4 damage or +4 damage, either way, which is actually really, really good with tied in with this. And then that's pretty much it for mature. Like I said, I was building an evil version. I just like the chaos version a little bit better. I kind of wish there was a little bit better foundation base for it.
That's why you play evil.
I wasn't liking what I was finding in evil.
I like there's little things I like in evil. Oh, that's a card you're missing.
What am I missing?
I always forget to put it in too on the card on these symbols. Powerful assassin.
So with powerful assassin, I would probably drop the petty thief.
Oh, Petty Thief's still good. You do want to get rid of a card without a block though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Those are my only two options.
Lies. Get rid of those nipple assassins.
I don't know.
I don't know. And then evil, like you get double crosser. I like double crosser. Probably because it's that old Siegfried card. It's a older brother.
The double crosser I don't like because it doesn't have a block.
Yeah, but it's a 0/5.
But this is a 0/5 with a +3 low block.
That doesn't add damage.
I mean, right now, if I was going to absolutely have to run off evil, I'd be running instability. Like, based off the cards we have in the card pool right now, it would be instability over Devil Crosser every time. Especially because this can respond during the combat phase. So you can respond with this, negate the damage reduction, and gain +2 damage.
Wait, what?
So they go to play. So they go to play damage reduction on an attack. You respond with instability. You're blowing this foundation up. You respond to the destruction of this.
Okay.
Get +2 damage.
Okay, I was thinking of it the other way around. For some reason I was thinking about it differently. But yeah, the problem is I guess there's 8K, and I guess there's that Talbane card. There's not a lot of damage reduction in the format.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
Yeah.
There is, and I just want to be ready for it. My other real issue on this one was the ones. Because we can't have Mysterious Mr. X.
Girl like any other?
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to stay away from the Red Horizon stuff, in all honesty, just for a little bit.
I mean,
because it would just be girl like any other, know your objective. Probably nuclear powered, because I'm able to draw well enough. And then the whatchamacallits, the Nimble Assassins would become at least 2 power struggles. Like, it's a very generic build. Maybe errands for Grandma now that we know it's actually really decent.
It's decent when you have, like, I'm still up in the air on that card.
Yeah, I know. I was doing some of the math, like
its big thing is off of fire with Wall of Goro.
Yeah. I mean, in Defy the Devil, you don't have anything, like, Defy the Devil I can put in, respond with, plane attack, respond with Made for Speed, blow up Defy the Devil, and then get one of the momentum from my staging area, and add it to my staging area face down, but there's no point. I mean, that's just a bad reaction other than to get the +2 damage out of mouth phase and face down foundation.
If your Defy the Devil's tapped, then you're readying a foundation and adding 1 speed.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And then, ooh.
But I mean, it's solely dependent on certain things.
The gears are slowly starting to turn on a different deck idea.
Okay.
Because that whole interaction there and also possibly with other things. Like Defy the Devil's Leaving the staging area with Bridging the Race is also readying.
Yeah.
But then I'm just playing Felicia stuff, and Felicia makes me sick.
Yeah. And guys, we're going to be honest with you here too. She's kind of a placeholder till a little engine robot comes into play. Then it's going to be all about the tomahawks. So, I mean, there's basic interaction here. There's some decent interaction. Definitely look at Orochi's Blood with Malphase because that's a +4 or a -4 in your favor either way.
That's actually real.
I really didn't understand why I wasn't seeing that in more things. I was just wondering, it's like, do people...
It's a Neomax card.
Oh, that's why.
Like, I don't have those anymore, I'm pretty sure.
I had tons of these things.
Nope, I'll tell Sean about that.
And I mean, the only attack you can't get the static +1 off of is Death Row.
Yep.
But Death Row gives itself its own damage buff.
Yeah.
Should we wait on Jesse? No, there's Jesse.
Oh, Jesse's back.
Do you have anything else you want to add to this, Jesse?
Jesse, you're muted. Still can't hear you. Huh. Well, your microphone is kill. He's going to rejoin the call.
Okay. So hold on real quick, people, as usual. The fun of being live.
While we're waiting, I'll show off the awesome thing that I showed off yesterday. Lock the screen on me for a moment.
Already did.
Here is the Battle for Power box art, what it's going to look like.
Am I back?
Yep,
yeah, you're back. We hear you.
There we go.
That's really nice. I wonder if that means trouble in the game.
Yeah, I get to see art for this guy that I didn't really know. I know he's based in Trouble. They got Tengu Man on the side, which we already knew was in the set.
Got Tremble on the. We got Tremble up front too.
I like the lightning all over the box. Makes the box look cool.
So have they given us a release date yet, or?
Nope. Sean got to show this off officially yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think pre-orders are going to go up for it on his site in a couple of weeks, and stores will also be able to pre-order it around the same time.
I like that the W in power is the Wily symbol above the Robot Master doors.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
All right, so Jesse, we were asking if you had any other comments for the mature.
I like mature right now. There's definitely people who want to play her and think she's well positioned. We'll see what happens. People want to play her, go right ahead and have fun. She's a great character. She's a little more beefier than Schechter. She's just you're coming with the beats when you're playing her. That's pretty much how it goes.
And we will try next week. I'll try and make Evil mature and see how those two compare.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to be seeing a lot of the same stuff, I think. The majority that's going to change is maybe an asset or two, and the spams may be a little bit different. But for the most part, not a lot going to change in this deck.
I can tell you my cute combo that I was going to put in Schechter that you can put in that deck. I'll tell you afterwards.
And then maybe Coffin Nails may come out for, or no. I'm not really sure what would come out in Evil for that one card, one attack we were talking about earlier.
Evil has a lot of good attacks.
Yeah. All right. So on to our level 99 stuff. First off, I want to make everybody aware that level 99 is put out a poll. This has been going on for a little bit, guys, but still worth mentioning. Exceeds is getting ready to come out this month. If you can, go order that season pass kit, which is all 4 sets and the playmat for $100. You get everything up front rather than having to wait. That's DLC possible. We promise. But they want to know what kind of license we would like to see in Exceeds in the future. So they got a really good poll. This is very, very diverse. Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, KI, KOF, SoulCal, Tekken, even Skullgirls, Mage Wars, Summer Wars.
Skullgirls.
Oh, I would love to see Skullgirls and KI. Summoner Wars, Fantasy Strike, an original New Worlds from level 99, or something else entirely. I mean,
Like Ruby.
Ruby, I could put in Power Rangers, I could put in Kamen Rider. If we want to get really, really, really badly done Saban stuff, we can put in the Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's exactly what we need. A whole fight deck based off the house monsters and flatter. But that's there. Go vote. Go let them know what you
Wasn't like the freaking wasn't like what was his name? Wasn't he the one who made the Beetleborg? Like it was a really the American storyline of that show was hilarious.
Surprisingly, it was actually better than the Japanese storyline.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like what was the name of the character? Flabber.
So, he took the comic book powers and gave it to kids.
The kids, but because he used his power on the comic books, it brought the supervillains to life too.
Yes.
Okay.
So
and then it gave all the kids special telepathy powers or something.
That was when they were testing those civilian powers that later came in Power Rangers. But no, Metal Fighter Kabuto J was actually worse because that was a giant freaking green piece and saved the Forest series. Like, how they got their powers was from a mystic mutant sage beetle. That was the guardian of the forest bestowed the beetle powers upon.
Oh my god.
And they were to save from mutants that were destroying nature.
Wow.
Like I said, when Saban does the better storyline, you know there's something up. But yeah, like we were saying, go here, vote. If you vote for Street Fighter, we won't blame you. You really should be voting for Guilty Gear, Killer Instinct, or Skullgirls.
You should be voting for Ruby.
Or writing in for Ruby. I mean, Ruby actually sells itself because just one box is equivalent to one team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you got Eye or Swy. Swy can be an additional character.
Swy's the promo, yeah.
Next up, we actually have box previews for everybody. Or at least for the first two boxes. So the first box that will come out in June is Reese, Vincent, Natali, and Heidi. Heidi, for us in UFS, we have not seen her before, save for a playmat and a few special events. I'm sure someone's debuted her at this point.
Nope.
Oh, really?
There's really is just that playmat and then the art that level 99 is showing off.
Oh, okay. So here's Reese. For those of you that are not aware, Exceeds kind of plays like a card version of BattleCon. You have range, you have how much damage you're putting out, you have how quick the attack's coming, you also have how much armor you can take off the damage, and how much, on other symbols, how much damage you can reduce when you actually take the damage. But Reese is a close-in fighter. His standard ability is whenever Reese stuns a character, meaning whenever they deal damage and put into a state where they can attack back, he can pay a gauge and gain advantage, meaning he takes the next turn regardless of who swings first. So it's kind of like getting first strike in Magic. Kind of.
Okay.
I think that's the appropriate term. Glorious card draw.
Yeah.
Heidi, which I really, really like. Tempo-based character. Whenever you boost, you put down like a static ability that sits for either just the turn or over the course of the game until the it's
Next
fulfilled.
attack happens, yeah.
Or until the next attack happens, you get to resolve and draw a card. So Heidi's drawing a bunch of cards. Plus, you get to see some early artwork from UFX for set 3.
Yeah.
Mm.
Really good. Benny Gray, he's here. Vincent's pretty much your stereotypical tank. Whenever setting cards for a strike, Vincent may pay up to 3 force for a +2 guard per force spent, so he can take up to 6 damage. Really, really good. And then Natali's kind of weird. Natalie plays both sides, so she'll give bonuses to herself and to the opponent, but you'll have the more favorable advantages.
Yeah, the idea is like this game's version of momentum. She can make it so both players gain a bunch of momentum, and then the idea is, since you're the one controlling it, that you can take advantage of it better.
Mm-hmm. It's really weird, but I mean, it's got good stuff. This is how you tag pair the decks. You got a rushdown team, and then you got actually storyline ways of Natalie fueling Vincent and Vincent using all the gauge she's got, and then just steamrolling them.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to try a constructed style with this. Now
What do you
that,
mean?
well, I was talking with Brad a while back about how I was experimenting with coming up with rules ideas, where you could just pick one of the characters and you could mix the decks together.
Ah,
So at some point eventually, I want to work with Jeff on doing that, since we'll each once the first set with Heidi comes out, I'll have that and we'll have them all.
okay.
Times two, so we can do some deck mixing and whatnot. But first, we also need to play more.
Yeah. Next one we got Box 2, which I believe is coming out in July. That was once a month, right?
I believe he's doing them once a month. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this is the July box. We got Ava, who, according to Brad, is the cancer character of the game.
She's obscenely good. She's the control deck.
Yeah, so she's a glass cannon. So she's got the after ability of after everything's resolved, may return up to one in-play continuous boost from your hand. So you lay a boost down, at the end of the turn, the boost comes back to your hand rather than going to the discard pile. And right there, Harnessing Chaos, right there is really good. Continuous boost at the start of each opponent's turn, draw a card.
Yeah, she's just you can set so you have constant +1 power or armor.
See, now I'm actually on board with that because you can mix Eva's stuff and with Heidi's stuff and get a lot of really good cheap continuous.
Yeah.
Way to make the cancers even more cancerous.
Yeah.
Caden? Caden's what's the life and great strength brought to us? So Caden's an EX person. There are EX attacks in this. Matt, what's an EX attack?
EX deck is basically you play if there's 2x of every single attack in your deck, and EX is when you go to lay down your attacks, you lay down both copies, and then when you reveal them, you put one to the discard pile, and you add one to all of its stats, like 1 max range, 1 power, 1 defense, 1 everything. It's that minor advantage that allows you to win in scenarios where your opponent is not expecting to. It's just like person's like, oh, I know the only thing that can beat me is this strike move in this situation. Play down 2 strikes. All right, now I'm faster than you. And he gets bonuses for doing that. And a lot of his attacks allow him to be able to pick up stuff and EX attack multiple times.
Yeah. What says right here? He's filter oriented, meaning you're dropping and picking cards up in and out of your discard pile to ensure that you get those EX pairs really easily. So he's going to be fun. Miska's kind of like, and if you're a battle comp player, she's going to be very reminiscent of Tatsumi because she's player based. or pet-based.
Okay. Yeah, she's similar to Tatsumi and a few of the other ones that are like that, where you have Bear that you can move him around, and then you can have certain attacks that attack from either your range or Bear's range, and you have one of your attacks that exclusively is from Bear's range, and he attacks like you put him on top, and he just attacks and bites the person. I think that's what's supposed to be the attack on the right there.
Savage Wildsider.
Yep. It's
Yep.
just like this attack is happening, but it has to go from where Bear is.
And this may be more art for Miska should she show up in
The next set.
or just to Garrett Brett's horrible demise in this game. This may be a reprint, an alternate art of Piercing Cow.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I will go and put that art in Magic Set Editor and do that right now. Just send it to Garrett.
She's also a zoning character, so she likes to stay away and just pop shots.
Yeah.
We got Lily, who's also a very long-range fighter. She can essentially hit you from across the board and needs to stay away from you at all times.
Yep. And she gets to retreat for free, and then it costs her one less to retreat. So retreating one costs you 0 cards. Because in this game, you discard cards to retreat, for people who don't know about Exceed yet. And then her other thing she do is the normal attacks, the ones that are just like basic normals, like strike, sweep, etc. All get +1 to their maximum range. So she just gets better value out of those.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's fun.
So when we pair together, we pair the brother and sister together. I believe it's been made canon in this whatever loose story that Jazzco swears to God it has for this continuity that both Eva and Caden are brother and sister, and they both either were taken or submitted themselves to become experimental human weapons. You see a lot of this in the card artwork that they are, in fact, brother and sister. You got Caden being able to steamroll while Eva just, like, flat out shoots him down to death. And then you got Miska and Lily, which Miska can pin them down, and then with Bear, and then Lily can just flat out blow them away from wherever she's positioned on the board. A lot of good stuff here. I'm looking forward to it. We're not quite done with Exceed. Again, we're showing up. Go get the Red Horizon bundle. It's actually worth it. We got 2 other fighters that are coming out. So we got Juno, who's from a new property, which is called Esperex. We aren't quite sure what game it's coming in from level 99.
Yeah,
but the first time we see it, it's going to be an Exceed.
Yeah, from the talk I had with them, this is a character that it's their own new original property that's separate from the Indians universe. That kind of has like a Space Channel 5 art design.
Really, Space Channel 5. I was actually going to say Jet Grind Radio.
Yeah, those two. Like, I get 2 of them together. I think that's what we saw.
Right here, the robot looks exactly like something from Jet Grind.
And it's supposed to actually be like this dystopian future universe, kind of like Psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what makes me really interested in it.
But according to this, like, sound is the key.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're telling me is this is the ACDC for arcade shooter?
Oh God!
Oh, not ACD, the Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, Revolution X.
Aerosmith shooter.
Yeah. Oh. God. I used to play that game a lot.
So here it is. You only get her. You get her complete fighter kit.
I know somebody who owns a stand-up for that.
Wow.
Did you know there's an adult version of that you can turn on?
Yes, yes, I did.
Surprised by that in the slightest. So here she is. We really can't read anything, but we can
Yeah.
at least get a rough idea of the artwork. On top of
The
that, all of the static cards,
yeah,
like the
all the
generic,
normals have their own art.
which are fully interchangeable and you can use them.
Yeah, like I like
For
it. Like if I get these, uh, and like if we were to, like run tournaments or whatnot, I would just always run her normals, no matter what deck I'm running,
oh yeah,
because
I can
I
see
have
why.
everything sleeved in the same color, so I can interchange everything. So I don't have to have a million copies of the normal sleeved.
But I like her artwork on this, and she's only $12. So I mean, if you guys do the math for Exceed, Exceed is very affordable. One character is $12, and a box is only 25. You're saving a ridiculous amount of money. It's worth investing in. And then from there, we got Dervis. He's from Mage Wars. I'm not very familiar with Mage Wars.
I should. I probably will by the end of the month.
He's from the world of Mage Wars, created by Arcane Wonders. Is Arcane Wonders like a deck building company, or is it like a board
Arcane
game
Wonders is
company?
the board game company.
Okay. He also has some very unique artwork for his stuff too. His generics actually kind of remind me of Magic cards, in all honesty. But he's still very cool looking. Yeah, he's also $12. All right, Jesse, what do we got in terms of PTC stuff?
Yeah. We got the Rochester PTC this weekend in Rochester, New York at Millennium Games and Hobbies. Store opens at 10 o'clock. We planned, that's when registration begins. Tournament starts at 11.
Yep.
Please be on time. We like to get going. Costs $25 for entry. We're looking to hit the number of people, so we pay for the kit.
Yep. And there is rumor that there will be Darkstalkers packs given out.
Yep.
So get those rolling uppercuts.
Which?
Who cares about the ultra rares? We just need those normal rares.
Okay. It's really amusing when one of your members of your family buys something and you're getting all the tracking information for it, and I don't know who bought it.
Oh yeah, happens to me all the time. Next one after that is it? It's not Amusing. Is it Amusing Games in Redding, California? I don't remember the store. It's in Redding, California. I need to look these up. I know the big one is July 9th through 10th, Raven's Nest in Atlanta, Georgia. That's going to be probably the biggest PTC of the year.
I will be there. I will not be playing, but I will be there to hang out, chill.
I'm probably going to be working. So I can't go.
I can't go. Work won't let me give me the time off.
Yeah, that sucks that happened to you.
Okay.
We're still waiting for word on nationals.
I was going to say, do we need the picture of the skeleton or the Dinkelberg?
Ugh, we'll see what happens. They gotta make an announcement at some point. It's that's like the last we heard is that it will maybe be on the East Coast and maybe be in September. And really, if it's any later than September, you're cutting it too close to just looping back around the worlds.
You know how it is.
Do we have anything else for news like we were talking about?
Do we still want to go over the rule stuff?
The rule. We should go over the rule clarification at least.
All right, so I will take care of this one since I'm the one who read and dealt with all this week. Okay, so the biggest rule clarification that has been identified is Requo with Assassination Attempt. If you play Assassination Attempt and then play a ranged attack, yes, you may pay the discarded momentum cost that Rico has, but because Rico's ability checks for a discarded momentum, which A replacement effect is just replacing cost, but is not actually a momentum being discarded. You may not pick up the assassination attempt. That is the ruling.
That's what we're going with.
That is what we were standing with, and it is not like here's the ruling, this is what we're going with. It was properly discussed and isolated within the LGR on why so. I agree with it completely. Obviously, there's another person here who has an issue kind of with it, but I think it just means we have to establish more information in the LGR. During this, and also there is now a possibility of some rewording to occur with multiple and powerful and how alternate costs can be used to pay for them. Nothing's been officially posted yet, but we'll go on that when it happens as it becomes an issue. The other thing that came out of this whole thing is we found that changes have been made to the LGR without our knowledge.
Which is pretty unacceptable.
They're mainly descriptive updates and stuff like that, but still, if you were doing an update to your base rules, which the game is defined by, there should be a 2-minute piece of paper.
Any kind of announcement.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like LGR update. Here's what updated. They might not be major updates, but they should be there.
And here's the thing, we just caught those. There could have been other changes, and we haven't caught yet that they made because it's in a text document and it's this giant unsearchable mess. So I think it should also be updated in how it's presented, because at least hyperlinks to every rules section and whatnot. So that way it's easier to skip around to things. Some sort of way to have it highlighted or recolored or something, so you could tell what the changes are when they make them.
Mm-hmm.
It just, ugh. But that's unacceptable to change the rules, even how minor it is, without saying something. Because really, also, when it's like that, they could have taken out something and we don't know, because it's a giant mess and it's hard to tell the difference. Because there's no saved copy of the old version. Well, besides on someone's hard drive, maybe.
Well, I've got nothing to add to this because we don't know what I'm thinking right now.
All right, so everybody, this weekend we have the Rush PTC. Later this month we have Reddings, California for PTC. We have the PTC in Atlanta in July, and we've got just get to events, promote the game, do what you gotta do, enjoy indies. I'm trying my best to do so. Everyone else should.
All right. Well, speaking of events, I have to go build a deck.
Somebody go play the mature deck I provided.
I am going to remove my shirt.
Oh.
I am.
Let us end the episode for the night first before we scare everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
We all watch professional wrestling in this playgroup. It's not like we have not seen large shirtless men before.
I
rest my case.
Good night, everybody.
Night, folks.